guys, Kirbie here. Welcome to Pretty Unfiltered, the show where I tackle issues and insecurities we all go through, but might be afraid to talk about. Today's topic is somewhat of a dangerous epidemic, the obsession with thigh gaps. Get ready, guys. This is gonna be a doozy, but I hope you're gonna come out of it with a better perspective. A lot of you guys commented in the last video that your biggest insecurity weren't only your legs, but your thighs in particular. And that's why I wanted to talk about the thigh gap obsession. Many of you are familiar with the term thigh gap because you've seen an image on Instagram or in a magazine or even a model on a runway where they have the perfect U shape between their legs or their thighs. And that means when they walk or they stand, their thighs don't touch. They are models because they are tall and slender and they have this gap between their legs naturally, but a lot of times if you see an image, chances are it's been photoshopped like crazy, and you probably don't know that. If you have a thigh gap naturally, it's inherent to you, that's how you were born, that's great. If you've worked hard to tone up your legs and you happen to have a thigh gap, more power to you, that's awesome. But going to unhealthy lengths to get a thigh gap, that's where the craziness ensues. Just because your thighs rub together doesn't mean you aren't beautiful. It also doesn't mean you're not fit either. Au contraire, mon ami. Plenty of times if you see a magazine spread or an Instagram photo or an ad campaign, chances are they've been airbrushed to perfection. They don't have any stray hairs or frizzies around them. They have bigger eyes, they have whiter teeth, they have a straighter nose, they don't have any acne. And yes, they have the perfect gap between their thighs. Have you ever seen a photo that makes you feel uncomfortable or makes you feel like you wish you could be better and be more beautiful and be as thin and have clearer skin? I feel like that all the time. So a lot of celebrities now are coming out with guns a-blazing saying, hey, stop airbrushing and photoshopping my body. That is not what I look like. It's completely false and inaccurate. One of those people is Zendaya. Zendaya is awesome. She's 19 years old, she's well-spoken, smart, beautiful to boot, and she's naturally already pretty slim. She called out a magazine for photoshopping her waist and her arms to the point where she thought it looked completely insane and wasn't a good representation of what she actually looks like. Nowadays, you can make money off of your social media account if you have enough followers, which if you can do that, more power to you. Make a couple $100 or $1,000. I'm not gonna say that's a bad thing, but it becomes a problem when you start to scroll through your Instagram feed, you see a snapshot of somebody, it looks beautiful, it looks effortless, it looks like she just uploaded it to her Instagram and that was it. But really, she spent so much time using photo editing apps to make this image absolute perfection. It's this standard of beauty that's not real. It's not real life. We seem obsessed with this idea of perfection, and it should be effortless perfection, but really it's all an illusion. They've spent a lot of time making that photo look good. All right, so anytime you start to feel insecure about your thighs or your non-thigh gap, do a few things for me and for yourself. First off, chances are what you see isn't real. From wrinkle-free foreheads to flyaway-free hair shots, everything can be edited, whether it's on a computer or on a phone, including thigh gaps. Now, by the way, I'm not knocking you if you use a photo editing app. By all means, go for it. I use ViscoCam, I dabble in Facetune from time to time if I have a blemish on my face. And I wish you guys could see the studio right now because there is so much light going on here. It's basically the Oprah special. There is so much light that's being shown on my face to eliminate any imperfection that I might have for this video, including a forehead of pimples right now, one on my nose, and a little bit of redness on my cheeks. The thing that you need to remember though is that you shouldn't let other people's photos ruin your self-esteem. Second, figure out why you're feeling insecure. If you have had an issue with your thighs and your non-gap for a while, and you want to fix it or get more tone, more power to you, go for it. But if you want to get a thigh gap just because you think you need to conform to society's standard of perfection, that's unhealthy. It's not even worth it. Once you stop conforming to other people's ideal of what beauty and perfection is, you're gonna feel empowered and you're gonna feel more positive about yourself. So I remember when I was 16, I wanted a thigh gap, and this is kind of embarrassing for me to admit, but my friends are all beautiful humans inside and out, but they have thinner legs than me. And I remember walking through the hallways of high school with my thighs rubbing together and thinking that I wasn't pretty and that I wasn't fit and that I needed to lose weight. Who else out there has felt like this, where you don't look like your friends and you think that that's a bad thing? For me, what helped was finding somebody that I admired and they had a similar body shape to me, and it made me feel more comfortable with how I looked. That person for me was Jennifer Lopez, which, J-Lo, hey girl, love you. I have a pear-shaped body type. I'm a little bit smaller up top, and then I have wider hips and a bigger bottom. And here's the thing, I'm not saying that I'm a bigger person, I'm not saying that I am overweight by any means, I know that I'm more slender, but it took me finding someone that I admired that had a similar body shape to me to help me become more positive and loving with my body. Seeing somebody like Jennifer Lopez that does have a bigger bottom than the top, or like Beyonce has a bigger bottom than the top, that made me think, oh, they can rock that, I can rock that. And finally, I think that this is obvious, but I have to say it, stop criticizing other people for their appearance. Novel concept. I'm gonna quote the greatest of all time, Britney Jean Spears, from her song, Piece of Me, which is, Mrs. She's too big, now she's too thin. I feel like the media, a lot of times, takes someone and they just go after them. It doesn't matter if they've gained a ton of weight or they've lost a ton of weight. Maybe if we all stop commenting on the superficial, we'd be able to step away from this perfection ideal and embrace what God gave us. Okay, so that was my spiel on thigh gaps. I wanna know though from you guys what you do to feel better about your looks or your body. Be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Tag a friend if you think they might be able to use this advice. And then if you ever need anything, find me on social media. I'm at Kirbie Johnson. I'm here to answer your questions, and I really love hearing from you guys, so find me there. Be sure to subscribe to POPSUGAR Girls Guide and let me know in the comments what you want to see on the next show. Bye guys.